Haystack Help Radio on KLZ 560. Haystack Help Radio is powered by HaystackHelp.com. Finding help can be like finding a needle in a haystack, but with HaystackHelp.com, finding the needle just got easier. Now, Haystack Help Radio with Scott Watley on KLZ 560.
Good afternoon and welcome to Haystack Help Radio. Thank you so much for joining us today. Now, the next voice you hear, no, it's not Friday yet for Investing and Trading Live, but I want to get the president of Online Trading Academy, Josh Lilquist, on with us here a few days before his show. So, Josh, thanks for being with us here on Haystack. How are you, bud?
Hey, thanks for having me a little bit earlier. As I always tell you, if I was doing any better right now, there'd be two of me.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Well, I tell you, man, we sure enjoyed these shows, and I mentioned to you we were at an expo a couple weeks ago, and man, had a lot of people that stopped by our booth and just talked about our shows, and several mentioned Investing and Trading Live, now heard here on Fridays from noon to 1 with you, and a lot of people have just really enjoyed the shows, Josh, and I think, you know, for the first time, they're getting to hear someone kind of talk about finances and the stock market in ways they can understand. And I think that's a big key to all of this before we even start talking about all you do for Online Trading Academy.
Yeah, there's so many misconceptions about the market, and what people understand might be a little bit different than what can actually help them too. There's so many news outlets and internet stuff that's going on, YouTube and everything, and there's so many different ways to understand what's going on with the markets, but what is actually correct? What is actually good for each individual based on? So that's one of the things that we love talking about here in the show is how do we, as average investors, make smart investments?
Sure. So for those that maybe this is the first time they're catching you on the show and haven't heard,
But there are also people that are looking to manage and protect those 401ks and IRAs, especially after this past year. As people are probably opening their statements, it's not looking to holding the market. And so what we really focus on, which number one, is protecting your portfolios. It doesn't matter if it's a trading portfolio or it's an investing portfolio, 401k IRA. You have to protect what you have before you can grow that. And that's one of the key components we focus on is protecting those portfolios. Then how do we use the market, whether for an income strategy, or if you need to speed up that retirement, because there's so many people that are behind on retirement. They don't have enough to retire. So what are the right strategies to be able to get there on your terms? Not just keep it for the long haul and hope you get there, a strategy and a step-by-step strategy to reach those goals and objectives that people have, especially in those retirement accounts as well. So it's really helping people first off understand how the market works, how it functions, and then how these investing classes. There's no age requirement or knowledge requirement as well.
right. And then I don't know if you ask this to people, like, you know, when you first meet them and you get everybody together, like, why are you here? What are you trying to accomplish here? What are just some of the answers that maybe you get from all these this wide variety of people that come?
Man, if we had about a 5-hour show, we might be able to get them through them all. But everything. Some people, and a lot of it starts with kind of a monetary why, but really deep down, that's not the real reason. The money will actually create something or help something that they need help with. So I always ask, you know, what brought you in? And some people want more time with their families. I mean, you look at a lot of people are working 50, 60, 70 hours a week, and they just need more time with their families. So we're seeing a lot of that. People that are looking to retire, you know, their reason why they're coming to us for help is their retirement accounts aren't doing it. They have 401ks, IRAs, and it's not enough for them to retire or stay retired. So those are a couple of the different reasons. We get a lot of truck drivers that come in, and they're just tired of the rat race, and they want to get out of what they're doing. So some people are looking to use trading and investing as an income stream so they don't have to go to a job, because all you need in trading and investing really is the internet and obviously some capital. We'll talk about a little bit later how to maximize the efficiency of your capital, but just a wide range of the reason on why people come in. I mean, some people are looking to help and build a legacy for their family. So as you're seeing, it's not necessarily just monetary, it's what it will do for them. I was actually working with a couple just recently, and they wanted to donate more. So it's just really, what's that real reason? And I think that will help people work at it and actually try to get there, because if you have that real reason, you'll actually put a plan together. And that's what Online Trading Academy can do, is put together those steps within that plan so you can execute that.
Sure. Once again, if you're just joining us, Josh Lilliquist is with us, president of Online Trading Academy, and we'll tell you how you can attend a free class here in just a couple of minutes. So as part of this too, am I right in saying that maybe there are different types of investors? I mean, is part of this choosing how we want to invest?
It is, yeah. So let me kind of give an example. Some people want to be able to create an income or an income strategy on top of their job. Efficient with your capital, you want to use leverage in the markets, like the futures market, the Forex market, or even the options market. Most people just know stock. It's actually the most expensive market out there. So you can essentially use less capital, be more efficient with that. And now think about this, Scott. These two markets, futures and Forex, are open 24 hours a day, around the clock. So let's just say, for example, somebody works during the day, they can still have an income strategy at night, so you're not stuck to just stock market hours. So there's different ways to trade or invest, and that's what we do, and really introduce these concepts and techniques at these investing class. Is what are you looking for out of the market? How do we build a strategy that's designed for you and not just a cookie cutter, anybody type of strategy, if that makes any sense?
Absolutely. All right, let's tell folks how they can attend your class.
Yeah, well, it's pretty simple. We've kind of tested different things over the years. I was actually having a conversation with a nice young lady here today, and we were talking about, do people call in, or are people texting in? We found that people love texting right now, so we make it really easy now to come into one of these classes. So if you're driving, you might want to pull over, because I'm gonna give a text number here with a keyword. And when you text in right now, you're going to receive 2 seats for this investing class. By the way, as Scott said, they're free, and most are significant other with them. We're seeing a lot of people bring their kids in, but they can text the word investing right now to the number 210-210. That's text investing to the number 210-210. And this is for 2 seats for an investing class locally here in Denver. What we find in these investing classes, people are really looking for a physical place to go on trading and investing. It's like a trading club. And that's what we provide on Online Trading Academy here, is clubs and a community of traders and investors. So if you want to see what that's about, be introduced to that, text the word investing to the number 210-210 right now.
And there's a variety of classes, different hours during the week and on weekends as well, correct?
Yeah, we host these during the week. So Wednesdays, Thursdays, because everybody has different schedules. We even have these in the evenings. So for those 9-to-5ers, they can still attend. But especially, like you said, on the weekend, we get our Saturday classes. I think people really love that class because it's in the morning, and people can come in, learn about the financial markets, see what their goals, objectives are, how can we create a plan for that. Then they can go off on their day. So we have these during the week. On the weekends, they're only about 2 hours. I teach these. There's a couple other people that teach these as well. And that's a great thing, is we're able to kind of do it in a hands-on setting. But yeah, it's a 2-hour class locally, and during the week and on the weekend. So pretty much anybody can attend.
All right. And once again, we invite you to listen every Friday from noon to 1 to Investing and Trading Live with Josh, brought to you by Online Trading Academy here in Denver. So as you talk to people, and maybe you ask them, have not made this decision until now.
I believe, Scott, some of it is fear of the unknown. And that's why these 2-hour investing classes are so impactful, is we're able to introduce how the market actually works. I think most people just don't know how it works. They don't teach this in school. They don't teach this in high school, college, or anywhere else. And I think that's one of the main reasons, is people just don't know. And sometimes when people don't know something, they just put their head in the sand and walk away. And that's why there's so many people that just give their life savings to, whether it's a broker or advisor, and hope somebody else, whatever that they need. So once you cross that bridge of not being afraid of it, and it's just being introduced to these techniques and concepts, then you can build a plan or steps moving forward. So I think that's one of the big reasons on why people don't approach it right away. But then again, they don't know where to start. One of the things in these investing classes, we go through how to actually get started. Like, what are some of the first things that you need to know to make smart investing decisions? So, really, these investing classes that we do are for brand new people. They're also for people that have been trading and investing, so we can start you in the right spot, whether you're new or even investing for many years, and building that
Hmm.
strategy based on what your goals or objectives are. So, I think fear is that one thing, but we're just trained from a young age also, as I was mentioning earlier, to just not do it, let it, hope it just works out. And people are naturally will procrastinate as well. So we see people, I see a lot of people in their 50s and 60s, even 70s, as I mentioned earlier, that come to these classes. The good thing is it's never too late. If you're 50 years old right now and you're listening and you're thinking, well, am I too old? You're at halftime. You're at
Mm.
halftime of your life right now. You have many, many years to be able to hopefully build a better lifestyle, or whatever that goal that you have is. Maybe you want to donate or build a legacy. You have time to do that, but you got to get started now.
Sure. And what about those folks that maybe think, well, gosh, I don't want to tie all my money up? And what I tell people in this, hey, you're the one in control of this, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's what I think people should do, is control what they have. We're trained from, as I mentioned earlier, from a young age to have the dream, get a good job, get a 401k, and you're gonna retire a billionaire. And I think, that's not the case for most people, because they're not controlling their destiny. And I think what happens is you get afraid to do that, so you just let it go on the wayside. Well, what if you're able to control your destiny, have steps within that? Do you think that would be a little more comfortable for people? I mean, I would say that would be more of a comfort, especially going into retirement, if you know that you have your best interest in your money.
Yeah, absolutely. Once again, Josh Lilquist is with us, president of Online Trading Academy here in Denver. As Josh mentioned, text the word investing to 210-210. Get your free 2 tickets to an upcoming class. And again, you can choose the time that you would like to come. And Josh, also I want to mention, you kind of give a starter kit along with those 2 tickets as well, right?
We do. So when they actually text in, a couple things are going to happen. We usually give you a call, usually within the hour. So we got a lot of people texting in. So we're trying to get these calls as soon as we can. But we'll give you a call, and make sure we find a date that works best for you. But also, we're going to give away a financial quick start kit to everyone that gets set up for this investing class. And in this kit, there's a couple topics on how to get started right away. There's actually some free stock picks in there. So it's a pretty powerful kit for people that get registered for this free class. But yeah, simply just text the word investing to the number 210-210. You're going to receive a phone call to pick a date. You're actually going to receive a text right away to pick a day, and then we'll make sure we get you that call, and make sure it fits on your schedule. Because I get it, people are busy. We want to make sure that anybody can attend this class. So yeah, text in for that class. Text the word investing to the number 210-210. That's for 2 seats and that financial quick start kit.
All right. Now, let's talk about your instructors just a minute, because I mean, that is a key role. And I know through all the years that we've been involved with you guys, I mean,
Students first probably texted in, just like a lot of people are texting in right now for the free class. And their consistency has brought them to be actually some of our top instructors. Matter of fact, we have a few instructors that are our top instructors that are highly sought after, that actually started off as students, and then they have learned from people on the floors of the exchanges. We have people that were clerks on the floors of the exchanges, and that's where our strategy actually evolves from, is from the institutions, the big banks. Because and most people don't know this, but the big banks, the big money actually moves the financial markets, and they were actually participating and facilitating a lot of that. So that's where our strategy comes from. So what we want to do, as us as traders and investors, is trade like those institutions, not against them. Because the old saying, Scott, if you can't beat them, join them, and that's actually true
sure.
in the financial markets.
Right. And as I mentioned, we recently did the International Sportsman's Expo here, and I introduced all the different speakers on these stages that do all these talks. And you know what they're trying to do in helping you, successful hunter or fisherman, or enjoy your camping experience more? They're sharing exactly keywords that Josh has used: strategies, concepts, proven techniques that work to help you be better. And that's all we're talking about, Josh, here, because man, time keeps passing by, and like you say, the good thing is it's never too late. But man, this is a great time to get into these really proven methods from a worldwide company like Online Trading Academy.
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned hunting, and we could talk about hunting all day. This would be a whole nother show, but I like to give a lot of sports references. I love sports, and obviously our Denver Broncos didn't do too well, but
Yes.
it is playoff football right now. And if you think about it, who's playing this week? And you got the Kansas City Chiefs playing the Cincinnati Bengals. And do you think those guys are at home, hanging out, drinking coffee or tea with their families and doing nothing between now and the game? They're getting a
Yeah.
game plan and they're strategizing for how they're going to approach the game. That's the same thing in trading and investing. And who is guiding them? A coach. That's what we do at Online Trade Academy is we have mentors to help.
Just reviewed, but do it now and reserve your spot. And that would be a good thing for you to do. All right. Now, let's talk about when people come in, and we say we don't need any kind of financial degree, and it's probably better if people don't think they have a lot of financial knowledge. So, is there a mindset that you ask everybody to get in? Hey, look, we're fixing to start this class. Here's what I'm asking you to do.
Yeah, we're
Kind of
really
forget some of the things, you know.
Yeah, we're really looking for a couple things, we'll call it, here at the Academy, because obviously we want to make sure everybody has the ability to succeed in the financial markets. And there's some characteristics that we're really looking for, and not necessarily habits, but characteristics, let's call it. We're looking for people that are coachable because train and teach, you're not going to find it online, all that garbage that's online, the University of YouTube. By the way, to all the listeners, be very careful with what you watch and follow some discipline. So what we do at Online Trading Academy with our strategy, it's a proprietary strategy, is it's step by step. And if you don't follow the strategy, it's not going to work. So you have to have a little bit of discipline. The great thing about that's a trained or a learned skill, so we can coach people through that if they have tough time with that. But you also, which I actually think is one of the most important components or characteristics, is to be decisive. Because, in trading and investing, it's kind of like the old acronym or the word POUR. A lot of people associate POUR with monetary value. It's actually not. It's actually passing over opportunities regularly. And when you pass over those opportunities, those are gone. And it's just people have to be decisive in the markets. And once you're decisive, that's also a learned skill. When you have steps within a strategy, it will help you be decisive so you can make the proper investing decisions. So those are some of the characteristics that we really look for at the Academy.
Right. Now, we've talked about the classes, the kind that you do there, but then there are other classes that you offer, and we don't have time to get into all the ins and outs of them, but just what are a few maybe other classes that you offer?
Yeah, we actually have a 3-day investing class that we've had a lot of people coming into. We actually have 2 3-day classes coming up. And this is a full class, 3 full days with one of our professional instructors. And so we have this free investing class, which a lot of people are coming into, and congratulations to those that have text for that. But you also can come to this 3-day investing class. There is a tuition associated with that. If you don't mind, Scott, why don't we give away some seats for that? What do you think about that?
Yeah, absolutely, man. We'd appreciate it.
Yeah, so actually, if people want to call in, if say you're a person that you want to be a trader or an investor and you want to get in the markets and now is the right time for you, and you can actually bypass that free investing class. We have a 3-day investing class with one of our professional instructors that people can come into. And I'm going to give a phone number for people to call in right now for that. That way, when you call in, we can make sure we pick a date for you. We have actually 2 classes coming up. We have a great instructor coming in on the 7th. Let me see. I think it's 9th, 10th, and 11th. It's a Thursday, Friday, Saturday in February, right before the Super Bowl, by the way. So if they want to come to this class, there is a tuition. Normally it's $200, but since we're on the radio here, for people that want to come to this investing class, the 3-day one, it's $99 for people that want to call in right now. So you can call in right now for this class. You can call 888-682-6466, and you can call right now. Make sure one of our representatives in a 3-day investing class locally here.
Well, Josh, and this, all the years, like I say, we've been working with you guys, and, especially since you've been on board too, looking at the things you do, and you do the free class and, a half price here on a normal deal. A lot of these different lectures or whatever, different classes around, that's where people want to charge, $9.99, $1,000. And you know what? It's probably worth that. Hey, you're in there getting a lot of knowledge. But I mean, I can just tell from the heart, so to speak, of Online Trading Academy is truly to help people. And of course, that's what a lot of people commented when I mentioned they talked about your show is it just really appears that way. And I know it is that way.
It is. I mean, it's learning how to trade in the markets. It's a process. You know, you see all that garbage out there. Follow my strategy, and you're making $1 billion tomorrow. I mean, to anybody, everybody knows that's not realistic. So the process that we have designed to figure out first off if this is even for you. And we may say it's not right for you, and that's okay. But at least you know what's the right path for you. So if this is for you, if it is, what's the right path? We design a path. Whether you're looking for short-term income strategies or whether that's long-term wealth strategies. So that way it's customizable. So that way you're not, say you're in your 50s or say 60s and about to retire, you might have a different strategy than somebody that's in their early 20s and they're in the accumulation phase. So there's different assets, as I was talking about earlier with futures, Forex, and options that are designed for different reasons. And that's why in these investing classes, especially that 3-day investing class that we do here locally, you're able to see it all, and then you can really make an educated decision. So the process that we've been getting a lot of compliments on how it's comfortable so people can make an educated decision on what to do with their money, how to put the money that they have to work the best way on their time.
Absolutely. Do not miss this Friday, noon to 1, Investing and Trading Live with Josh Lilquist. Once again, you can text investing to 210-210. Get your 2 free tickets now and your starter kit. Or for the 3-day investing class, hey, it's $9 today, 888-682-6466. Josh, always, our time goes too quickly, but we'll tune in this Friday.